All right, guys. So I'm not sure if you've been keeping up with the drama among the super woke revolutionary mainstream media figureheads, Joy Reid and Don Lemon, versus Tim Scott. Okay. And this started with Joy Reid going after Tim Scott, calling him a patina of diversity, right? Basically saying that Tim Scott is a token, right? He's a token and he is carrying the torch of white supremacy. Now, here's the thing. The super woke revolutionaries love going after Tim Scott, right? And the reason why they love going after Tim Scott is because Tim Scott, being a black senator and currently the only black senator for the Republican Party, the guy is a senator from South Carolina who worked in the financial services industry, was a business owner, has very, very, very conservative values, and a strong conviction in his morals based off of faith, right? And these super woke revolutionaries are like, oh no, we can't have that. Tim Scott is a Christian? He's conservative? He's a Republican? He's straight? He's a male? He's a capitalist? And he's black? Oh, hell no. We got to get him out of here. We got to get him up on out of here. That's what the super woke revolutionaries are thinking. Okay? Because for everything they go on TV and they spout about white supremacy, about how Republicans are racist, how conservatives are racist, you know, how black people can't make it, right? All you got to do is point to Tim Scott. So they got to come out here and say, oh, no. Tim Scott is just a token. He doesn't believe that. There's no way Tim Scott can believe all that. There's no way that Tim Scott cannot be a victim. Okay, we got to victimize him in some way. You know what? He's a token because he can't actually believe in the values and the things that he actually says. No way. No way. No way a black man can reject victimhood. No way a black man can rise in a racist party like the Republican Party. No way a black man can be a successful businessman in the South. That doesn't line up with the narrative. And hence, guys, why Don Lemon is so upset. Why Joy Reid is so upset. Because Tim Scott, again, is the antithesis of all their racial talking points. It's really that simple. And Tim Scott has been getting a lot of attention because I do believe that he will be a key figure in the 2024 presidential race. I do think the Republican Party, particularly the establishment, is trying to run Tim Scott, right? They're trying to run Tim Scott. The Republican establishment, I think they believe that Tim Scott is a very powerful asset. And Tim Scott has done a great job of balancing the establishment role and supporting Trump. He's done a great job of blending the two. I mean, he hasn't missed a step, really. I mean, it has been fascinating to see Tim Scott handle this situation. But anyways, Tim Scott responded to Joy Reid and basically said that woke supremacy is just as bad as white supremacy. And Don Lemon lost his lemons right over that comment, and he just goes on the most hilarious rant that I want to talk about, and Tim Scott is going to respond to. So let's go ahead and get into it.
And then there's Tim Scott. Tim Scott is the only black Republican in the Senate, telling Fox News, of course Fox News, that what he calls woke supremacy is as bad as white supremacy.
Woke supremacy is as bad as white supremacy.
Do you want to explain who these woke supremacists are? Because I looked really carefully and I didn't. Hang on, before we go to the video. I haven't seen any woke supremacists. I've never seen a woke supremacist lynching anybody. Never saw a woke supremacist denying anybody access to housing or a job or education or voting rights. Never saw any woke supremacists enslaving anybody.
How many white supremacists have you seen do any of those things? You personally, Don. You personally. How many white supremacists have you seen enslave somebody? Tell me, Don. You personally, how many have you seen? Because I guarantee you, Don Lemon has never seen a white supremacist in person a day in his life. He's never seen any black American slaves a day in his life. And that's what gets me about these people. These people act like they're so hurt. They're so hurt by white supremacy. They're so hurt by slavery. They're so hurt by Jim Crow. They act like they lived through it. You would think these people lived through it. Okay? People that actually went through it are not as hurt as these people who didn't even go through it. You didn't go through it. But this man is sitting here acting like we haven't seen the woke supremacists destroy cities across this country, burn down black businesses. I've actually seen that with my own two eyes. I haven't seen a white supremacist burn down any black businesses, unless you want to count the the white leftists as white supremacists. But outside of them, I haven't seen any white supremacists burn down black businesses. I've seen the woke supremacists do it. I haven't seen any white supremacists burn down black neighborhoods. Right? I haven't seen that. And the problem is that these people don't see the future. They don't see where this is going to lead to. And this might be a controversial take, but I don't care. These leftists always want to talk about the Capitol incident. And again, I've condemned that. I always will condemn it. I've condemned it before. I'm going to condemn it again. It was bad. But I don't think we would be seeing that Capitol incident if it wasn't for all the incidents that happened during 2020 that I think has led up to the Capitol. Because I think that those incidents set the precedent that it is okay to riot and protest in the street when the government doesn't do things that you want the government to do. I think that Black Lives Matter has set the precedent for that for the last few years. But say they don't want to acknowledge that. They don't want to acknowledge that. Because I can't think of any other movement on the right that has been burning down their own cities and rioting in the streets up until what happened at the Capitol. I can't think of any movements like that or any incidents, but I can name a lot on the left. And the left has shown a playbook for it. Except the only thing that was missing out of the Capitol incident is that they should have said that they was a victim of police brutality, and then it all would have been justified. It all would have been justified, but because their beef wasn't with police brutality, it wasn't with systemic racism, then it wasn't justified. But as long as the beef is with the police or is with police brutality, it's justified. Even though both beefs are with the government, both sides got beef with the government, but it just has to be a certain type of beef with the government. Two sides of the same coin. This country is not going to be majority white forever. Eventually, white people will be the minority if you believe the projections. So at that point, what happens? What happens? What happens at that point, Don? Now you're going to have white people on TV spouting this same stuff, talking about how, back in the day, how, all the racism they faced from the woke supremacists being canceled. Right? Conservatives being censored. Right? That's where it's gonna go. And that's why I said this race conversation, man, it has no ending. It's just a perpetual cycle of people that feel that they've been victimized, complaining, right? Over and over and over again. That's what happens.
Never saw any woke supremacists trying to keep people from marrying amongst different races. Come on, Tim Scott. I didn't see any woke supremacists storming the blanket Capitol. Where are the woke supremacists attacking police? Where are the woke supremacists hunting police officers in the halls of the Capitol and beating them with Blue Lives Matter signs with white supremacist insignia on their shirts and carrying white supremacist paraphernalia. Guess who I saw? Guess who police officers were beaten by? Guess who wanted to hang the vice president? White supremacist, Tim Scott! What are you doing? Funny. The only black Republican were the woke supremacists carrying the Confederate battle flag in the nation's capital? Tim Scott? Tim, I have to. I know you don't want me to yell, but this is ridiculous. You are gaslighting people. You are giving people misinformation. What are you doing, brother?
This dude is so triggered. He is so triggered. They can't stand Tim Scott. He represents a roadblock in their agenda. A strong, straight, heterosexual, black, conservative male. He stands in the way of the agenda. That's why they can't stand him. They can't stand him. He represents what they don't want. That's what they don't want. They want Tim Scotts. They don't want strong black conservative men. They don't want strong conservative men, period. Really. What they want is more Don Lemons. They want more Joy Reids. And because Tim Scott won't bow down to that altar, you get rants like this. Because again, it's about Don Lemon's agenda. It's not about black folks. It's not about diversity of thought. He don't care about that. But anyways, Tim Scott responds. Let's listen to Tim Scott's response on Fox News.
And here's what Don Lemon, who went after you big time on this, on CNN. I want you to watch this, and I want to give you a chance to respond to what he says here. Watch this.
Guess who police officers were beaten by? Guess who wanted to hang the vice president? White supremacist, Tim Scott! What are you doing? The only...
That's just part of it. The harangue went on
Fox
for some...
News trying to burn. Fox News trying to roast Don Lemon. Y'all see how they showed that picture right there? That was on purpose. Come on, y'all can't tell me they didn't do it on purpose, man. Fox News trying to roast up Don Lemon here, man.
Time, Senator Scott.
Oh.
What do you say about that? What do you say to him?
Well, I would say that white supremacy and woke supremacy have their roots in racism and discrimination. It is bad. I am not talking about tomorrow or yesterday. I'm talking about today. If we don't deal with it today, we are going to have something on our hands that we can't deal with. It was the woke supremacists, by the way, who said that me and Herschel Walker were the squad. If you watch the folks who are yelling the loudest right now, it includes people who are at their wits' end because there are African Americans who are willing to speak their minds from a conservative perspective. Why that requires people to call my office and threaten my life, why that requires me to have a security detail because I decide to stand up for my values, my convictions based on my faith, I don't understand that. So Don Lemon can say whatever Don Lemon wants to say, but until he has taken a serious look at what's happening on his side of the aisle and come out strong against that, we're going to continue to have a conversation in America that keeps us divided and not building a bridge so that we can live in this nation together.
Senator, thank you for...
Yeah, I 100% agree with Tim Scott. Right? I mean, people want to get mad about his, woke supremacy versus white supremacy comment. I mean, in my opinion, like I said, both movements, right, are two sides of the same coin. Okay? And, again, some people may disagree with me on this. I just don't see white supremacy being the threat that all these other people see. I just don't see it. Right? I don't see white supremacists going out in the street and, destroying their neighborhoods. I mean, they're probably not stupid enough to do that, right? That's the whole point of white supremacy. White supremacists are not going to destroy their own white neighborhoods, right? Unlike Black Lives Matter, who, destroy their own neighborhoods. But I'm not seeing all that, okay? And that's not trying to hold water for white supremacists. Obviously, it's bad. But I'm not going to live my life scared of the white supremacist boogeyman like Joy Reid and Don Lemon want you to do. Okay? And in my opinion, the biggest threat right now is woke supremacy. Because people want to say, what the hell is woke supremacy? Well, woke supremacy is when we see mass censorship authorized by these massive corporations and tech companies acting in unison to ban an elected official from communicating with the world. When you see banks going after elected officials, okay, because of speech, trying to gut them financially. When you see all these corporations now getting on this train of trying to victimize black people, trying to make black people seem like victims, and they're trying to make money off of victimhood. When you see, again, just general censorship of a lot of things in terms of public speech, people getting fired, right, for what they say on the internet, for their political beliefs, people losing jobs. That's woke supremacy. And just because they don't see images of people being lynched or slavery, they don't think it exists. They think that, oh, it's a joke. You can't compare the two. But like I said, guys, I'm a forward-thinking person. I'm always the person that thinks about, what if the pendulum swings the other way? What is going to happen when white people become the minority in this country? What is going to happen? What is going to happen now that we've set the precedent that everything in this population has to be done proportionally, right? If it's not done proportionally, then it's racism. What you're going to have is a group of white people, right, crying racism, doing the same exact thing that these people are doing now. Same exact thing. And then we're going to have to deal with it all over again. Because we've set the precedent that if you're a minority, then, you know, if you're not proportionally represented, and that because, you know, things were done, bad things were done in the past, that you're owed this and you're owed that. And that you can't be racist if you're a minority, and that you're owed the world. Again, what happens when the majority becomes the minority? You think they're not gonna feel some type of persecution? You don't think they're not gonna feel that life is unfair for them? You think they're not gonna want special privileges and rights? I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying. I like to be a forward thinker on these things. So that's why I'm always more conservative on these social issues. That's why I'm more conservative on these social issues. Because at the end of the day, I understand that, you know, society changes over time. And when you set certain precedents, those things will continue to repeat themselves in history. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.